the Killer Cub 274. This one's for you. Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and I just got back from LA about earlier this week, and yeah, we had two regionals there, and I have to say, like, man, I did not do as well as I wanted to. I honestly thought I could take my favorite two decks coming out of set 5 and just jam them, and even with Boo and DaimaKu2 being the juggernauts they are, maybe I lose once, maybe I lose twice, and then I still get top 32 because I've never played in a regional where I didn't get top 32 before. So I thought this was gonna be easy slam dunk, easy serials, and yeah, it was not. So we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna show you guys both of my deck lists and tell you guys how my tournament went, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. That being said, if you guys would like to support the channel, you can like this video, you can subscribe, and if you want to go the extra mile, you can join the $1 tier on Patreon. It's just $1 for you, but it adds up a lot for me, and it really helps keep the channel afloat. So with that out of the way, let's hop over to the deck list view. So this is my DaimaKu2 list, my DaimaKu2 list. I built this with the thought in mind of trying to shore up my yellow matchup, and I'll pretty much just go through this pretty quickly. Basically, you really have the 4 cantrips, that's easy, that's no brainer. You have the 3 Nevas. To be honest, these get charged almost all the time. There's only a few cases in which I actually play them, and those cases are in the red mirrors. I will play them to fetch Son Goku mini DAs as soon as possible, because this card in the red mirror, it's a little harder to remove. God Kamehameha does get rid of it. However, a lot of times, like, people might have boards of their own, it's going to cost 2, or you'll need a -5 to be able to kill this with, like, you know, a sphere, or it's over. Basically, when you stack up more than one of these, like when you play 2 of these to awaken, you really do put a big wedge in the red strategy, because it's going to be a lot of pressure with these 30 to 40k swings, or if you have a 2 cost, you know, 30, 30, and 30, but you're also going to be able to really force them to use their combo plays. And as you guys know, with most red decks, you can only use so many 2 card combos before you just run out of steam, so it's just very good. The other 2 cases are in the matchups where when I don't have a Glorio and I need to have a Glorio to finish a game, this Neva is generally just going to find it if I don't have it yet. And then we're also going to be able to search for Tamagami 3. Tamagami 3 is really good in a fair amount of matchups. Of course, he's automatically going to destroy, like, Nameku matchups. He's very good in Android matchups. He's actually very good into the Boo matchup. There's a couple of turns where they don't have the excess energy to both play a 5-drop and tap this guy, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of turns where this guy's good. If he gets played out in a pivotal turn, you can really give yourself a entire extra turn. And then, of course, with him alongside of the secret rare, you really gum up your opponent's plays a lot. Now, against Janemba, he's a charge because Janemba can tap him at any time, so yeah, we don't really play it like that. But yeah. Next, you have these 3 pansies. Some people use margaritas, but I do like this ability to be able to boost the leader if need be. So if you are unawakened for any reason, you can use this card to not only have combo on the field, but to also poke at your opponent unawakened. Also, when you play out a Glorio and you have 1 energy left over or more, you can play out the pansy to make your leader 25k, and then attack you with your leader, and then combo the pansy. And that's 35k followed by 35k followed by 35k. That's really going to shred your opponent's hand. Each one of those swings requires a super combo plus to get rid of if Glorio's effect is on your opponent, and that's going to put obscene amounts of pressure on your opponent's hand. If a Glorio ever does survive, which it doesn't often, you can also pansy the Glorio and then give your opponent the same super combo plus just like deficit to get out of these attacks. 3 Shin. It's a 10k, it's searchable by Neva, and then on top of that, I find myself having 1 energy open a lot more often than I do have 2 energy open for Fuwa, so that's what made the cut. Whis is here because there's a lot of DaimaKu2 running around, there's a lot of cantrips being played by yellow, and so Whis is generally just a good card. You Goomba stomp those things off the field, keep the board low, and yeah. Then you have Son Goku Mini. This guy is a self-awakener, he's got combo power, and once you're awakened, he can protect things. So this guy all like weekend, when I fought yellow or green or even black, I would use him to protect my 30Ks. I would use him to protect my Tamagamis if I thought that maybe I was in danger of having them use double destruction. And then the other thing that he can actually really work with is if he survives till your secret rare turn, you can protect the secret rare, and that stops a lot of decks. If you're not blue, you're generally not getting rid of the secret rare the turn after it's played because this guy is protecting it, so it's big. Then you have 3 Android 18 minis. This card is pretty good. It does force you to take life, but it's also going to minus by 5 when it plays, and there's a lot of cool combos you can do here. And the red mirrors when you play out a Whis and they play out a Whis on their turn. Generally, the only thing you're doing is double Whising or you're fooing, which is cool and all, and that still works, right? But this deck has the ability to have a combo play in the sense that you can have Whis and then minus 5 their Whis and then tap 2 on your following turn. Well, yeah, tap 2 on that turn to play out Android 18, take a life, and minus the Whis again. So not only did you get rid of their Whis on curve, but you also are attacking with your leader and you're attacking with Android 18, which is just very good. You get your momentum and you get to ruin their field. 3 Pansy, I do like her. I used to have her at 4, but realistically, she's a 0 cost, and so I have to kind of like keep that down, or 0 combo. But she's very good. She will generally poke most of the game, unless against blue they'll get rid of her quick. Against yellow they'll need to get rid of her, but yellow will generally try to ignore this card for as long as possible. And if you keep the pressure on and get them to a point where they can no longer ignore Pansy, they have to give you the Pansy draw. So that's pretty cool, unless Frieza hits the board, but then again, you're at that point causing them to tap 2 energy to get rid of a 2 cost, and that's a good amount of economy. This guy snapped. That's all I can say. If you aren't awakened by turn 4 and you play double of these, you can have some really stupid turns. Anytime you awaken by playing double of these, I'm not saying you win, but you're definitely putting yourself at a very good deficit. Because like, well, putting them in a deficit is good for you because you can poke them, you know, they can awaken, they can get close to awaken, and then the turn you play double of these, you can swing 20k with your leader, see what they drop. If they awaken, drop something like that, drop a 10k, then you can boost Pansy or boost Goku or boost Android 18, boost any of these 2 costs, and then swing for 30k. And then your opponent definitely has to either take the damage and go down to 3, or they have to like drop a super combo plus, or they have to drop like 3 cards if they don't have any super combos they don't want to take the damage. And then you have 30 and 30 following up with these 2. So it's a very rough thing to get around, and red can't really answer that board well. Blue can sickle, green can't really answer the board well on that turn, and then you know, black can instant Kamehameha or 10 times Kamehameha. So there are outs to it, they're just not a gajillion outs. I already mentioned Tamagami 3 and what he does. This guy is just a 10k, he's searchable, and he minuses 15. He's my version of Gohan. Yes, he doesn't get it on swing, but Gohan almost never survives the turn anyway, and so you kind of have that right there. Now, when it comes to, like, there's a lot of like points about this that that I have here for a reason. For instance, like, people were like, well, what do you do against Jiren? Against Jiren, I will hard mulligan for a Whis, because what I like to do is on turn 3, when I'm playing a 2-drop and have 1 left over, I like playing out my Whis. And when I play out my Whis there, they're stuck in this position of, like, it's almost like a trap. It's almost like a knowledge bait. If you play the 4-cost Jiren into, if on turn 3 I play a 2-drop, swing with my leader, swing with a 2-drop, and then play Whis and minus something if it's still there, you're going to be at this weird position. Or I'll just play Whis minus your, you know, cantrip and then swing with my leader, swing with my 20k. You're in a weird position because if you play Jiren, you have the ability, or I have the ability on curve to now go -5 with Whis next turn, play Shin for 1, -10 it, and then tap 3 for Vegeta and -15 it. Then Jiren's off the board, and I haven't really lost anything. I'm still going to poke you for this. I did lose 2 cards in hand, but I'm still going to poke you, and I am drawing a card for my leader. So that's actually like a pretty on-play curve, and then you don't get any draws, and you just wasted a pretty much turn. You got a 30k swing in. That's pretty much what happened there. Of course, no need to talk about why Glorio's stupid. He just is. Card is insane. Yeah, he's a 0k though, so on combo, so I do have to put him down to 3. This card is insane. I know a lot of people are telling me I should play it at 4. There were, like, I don't know what was going on this weekend, but there were games where I didn't see this guy at 3, and there was games where I saw him too many times and I just needed to see combo. So it's kind of whack. This deck has, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 0Ks, and honestly, that's less than green, that's less than blue. I don't think it's less than black. I think black in most cases has like a little less, and then yellow can run 4 less, like 0Ks. But this is not a lot of 0Ks, and I don't know why my hand was gummed up so hard so often. I do think the issue is that a lot of these 0Ks you have to hold. Like, you play out pansies, yeah, but you hold Glorious Threat Moment. You have to hold these for past turn 5. You have to hold these for the moments where it's opportune. So maybe that's the issue. You have to hold 0Ks, and I do try to charge them. Like, my first Glorio, or it's over. My first Glorio is likely a charge. These I can't charge. These I will charge, and or I'll play as soon as possible. And then these I have to kind of hold on to. But yeah, this guy is just good. I think that he is honestly a card that should be on a watch list because all of red pretty much depends on him. If this card was not a card, I don't think red would be playable right now. So it is what it is, it is what it is. And then you have the 4 super combos, nothing special, I just wanted it to be thematic. And then it's over is probably the reason why this deck even has legs for me, because you're able to clear the board and then press through and just deal damage to people's faces. So that's really where that one comes from. The amount of times where you can just tap 2, blow up your opponent's board, and then keep swinging at their face without acknowledging the fact they had a board at all is great. And then in this format, there's a lot of good cards that you can use. They have a 30k and the rest of them is 25 or less. You can, as long as you have a 2 cost on board, you can play a Shin minus 30k, boost your 20k to a 30k, and then just blow up the entire board. Against certain yellow boards, like when Janima plays Bio Broly, if they can play Bio Broly, that means you're at a point in the game where you're at 5 energy or more. And if you're at 5 energy or more, you can play Vegito Mini minus Bio Broly by 15, boost Vegito Mini, and then play It's Over, and their entire board goes. So you really have a lot of interaction that you can do with a lot of cards. And so yeah, let's talk about my matchups. It was an 8-round regional on Friday, and on that 8-round regional, I basically faced DaimaKu2, a gentleman named Mark that I faced a couple times in other regionals. He's pretty good. But yeah, DaimaKu2, I did not see a singular secret rare by turn 7 when I scooped. I was going in and I did not want to awaken him, so I kept him at like 5 life, and then I just pretty much, because I was like, he either has Mai or he doesn't. Some people will tech Mai just to be able to not be starved, but he either has Mai or he doesn't, so I kept him at 5 life, and then I proceeded just to get rid of his board over and over and over again. He only had like 4 or 5 cards in hand, and I knew one of them was a Gohan, so there was a turn where, like turn 6, I didn't have a secret rare by then, and so I pretty much just was like, okay, well, I don't want to feed into his Gohan, so I didn't want to play anything into the turn that wasn't already necessary. So I ended with 3 energy up because I didn't want to just feed him cards with his Gohan. And then, you know, he played out his next turn, replenished some of his hand with like peel off, and I was like, crap. And I drew, and I didn't draw into a, I drew, and I swung my leader, and I played a Goten, and I didn't see a secret rare. So saw 3 more cards, no secret rare, and his hand had only gone up from the last turn from being able just to combo out and rebuild it. I couldn't stop his advantage on board, and so yeah, I scooped it up. So that kind of sucked. 7 turns in, like half my deck, seeing no secret rare. Then round 2, I fought Air. There was a no-show, don't know what was going on, probably was in the Masters tournament. That's cool. So round 3, I end up facing androids. And shout out to this guy, he had a Mad Scientist deck. When I see androids with this deck, I just turn off my brain and turn everything sideways. And then I saw him at one point, he had to charge a 0, but he charged Unlock Potential. And that's when I knew he was moving a little different. So I slowed down, I started playing out my Tamagami 3 blockers, because I still kept 1 in my hand, just to make sure, because you don't want to get pinned behind like Broly, or you don't want to get unlucky Android 18 Double Strike, or Android 17 and 18 Double Striker. So I ended up playing out my Tamagami. I found another one. I ended up playing it out later. And sure enough, there was at one point where he was at 1 life, and he had 6 cards in hand with 2 super combos in trash. And I could only combo up to 70k because the curse of 0Ks was strong. I had like 3 0Ks in my hand at that point, so I can only combo up to 70k, and I didn't trust that. So I left it. That's when I decided to play my other Tamagami, not push for game. And sure enough, not only did he tell me that he didn't have it that turn, but because like the way I was thinking about it is his maximum combo. If his cards were live, he would have 2 super combos, and 4 10Ks, which would mean he would be at 100. So I wasn't willing to risk that, especially seeing as that green is a deck that can just, they could have one card, and if that card's a Broly, they can really start bringing the card, or bringing the game back. But he charges to 8, labs to 7, or labs to 9, taps 6 for Piccolo, makes unlock potential free, gains 2 life, and then starts going off. The next turn he plays Cell 8 drop. The next turn he plays Cell 8 drop. I was able to get through it, but like at the end of the day, that was wild. I had to plow through 12 life that game, and that was just very uncomfortable. So yeah, that was pretty intense. Then the next game was against Janemba. I was just very, very, very aggressive. I like the Janemba matchup a lot for this deck because you can pressure them and then you awaken them as early as possible, and then they have to choose between building their board or drawing, and you can easily wipe their board because most of their cards outside the secret rare play very well. Secret rare Frieza 4-drop play very well into its over, or its over plays very well into them. And so I was just being very, very aggressive. And then basically on his turn 5 going to my turn 6, he decided to play 6-drop Frieza to block me out of the game. And so I just charged my 6-drop because I didn't have a reason to play the 6-drop. I think I was going to my turn 7. His turn 6, my turn 7. So he taps out to play 6-drop Frieza, and he pops one of my cards. And I guess that keeps me out of Double Strike, and that keeps me out of Goku. But I'm playing this build, so I just charged my secret rare, and I played Glorio. And then I played Pansy on Glorio, and then I played another Pansy on my leader. And then that was just pretty much like it. Like after that happened, I was able, because he had 2 life, I was able to swing with my leader for 25, and he had to discard some cards. I swung with Pansy and comboed the Pansy, 2-drop Pansy and comboed the 1-drop Pansy. He tried to let off some cards, and then that's when he was just looking and realized that he just didn't have enough to stop double 40k Glorio swings. So that was pretty much like OD. Round 5 was a little salty for me. I did face, I faced Beerus, and it was very weird. Like, he kind of stumbled, and there was one weird play he made, and I was kind of playing around, the 5-drop Beerus, and then we just got to this one turn where he had 1 life left, I think 2 cards in hand, and 1 Piccolo cantrip on the board. And he had 2 energy up, so I was like, is this madman playing Glimpse? So I drew, and I'm charging to, I think I'm charging to 7. And, because yeah, I think I am charging to 7. He's had his secret rare on the board for 2 turns. And I was looking at it, and I thought to myself, if I play my secret rare and only have 1 energy up, I don't think that's going to get it, especially if he has Glimpse. So I charged my secret rare, and I was like, we're going to have to go wide. So I played Daimoku, the 2-drop Daimoku. That's the SR, the SPR, I realize there's 2 here. And then I took a life, and it's another secret rare. And I boosted it to 40k, because I was like, we're looking at Glimpse, but like, just in case he's not Glimpse, 2 cards in hand, 40k should clear it out. So I swing for 40k. He does have Glimpse, secret rare is on board, so he draws a card. Or so he takes a 10k from trash. So then I swing with my leader, and after swinging with my leader, I get another 10k out of his hand. Or I get another 10k out of his hand. Or no, I think I get a 5k out of his hand. I got a 5k out of his hand. So now he has 1 card in hand, and he has his Piccolo on board. And so I play Pansy, and Pansy gets a freaking, it's over to my hand. So I have 2 energy left at this point, right? 2 energy. And because I think I did play a cantrip throughout that turn. So I swing with Pansy, and I ended up, no, wait, maybe I swung with 25. The point is I have 2 energy up, and I know this. But I swung with Pansy, and I comboed a 10k from my hand for 30. And he combos a 10k from his hand and the Piccolo on field, handing out. And I have 3 cards in my hand, mind you. A secret rare, it's over, and I think a 3-cost Vegito. No, I don't think it was a 3-cost Vegito. It was something else. I'm trying to remember exactly what I had. It was something that I could not combo or play because I was fuming. So he thinks it's good game, and he offers me the handshake, and I offer him the handshake, and I was like, yeah, congratulations, because it was game. I have 2 energy up, and I could not play anything. And so I'm just a little upset because I drew for turn, I drew for leader, I took life for Daimoku SR, I took life for Pansy SR, and I only got 1 card with combo power. throughout all of that. So, that kind of sucked. Oh yeah, I guess it was a 3-cost. It was a 3-cost Vegeta because I did combo it up to 30k on Pansy. There we go. So it just kind of sucked. So I died with 2 energy up. I scooped with 2 energy up and he had no cards in hand with 1 life and no combo power on board. So I was sickened. There's a lot, as you guys can see, there's a lot of cards in here that could have just made that happen. There's like literally a lot of cards that could have made that happen. So I was pissed. Either way though, we go. So the next round was Boo. Boo was very, very crushing for me. I played out my DaimaKu2 blocker, and I guess he just knew the drill because he went in and he bodied it. Like, he bodied it. He tapped it and put an entire turn into it, and I had to let it go. And then I got, in that game, I got Bobbity Boo SR'd twice, and then I got Bobbity Buff Boo'd off of the 5-cost. I got folded. And when I tried to make like a desperation, like this is my last chance, I gotta try to kill him now, he dropped 3 super combos on me. And then after we played, he showed me the 4th and was like, there was just no way. And I was like, okay, well, you got it. So he showed me the difference in our decks. And then I played Halo-Ku, and that one was a pretty even tearing. Whereas the other Halo-Ku, I didn't draw like a single 10 drop, or sorry, a single 6 drop. This one was just like pretty much, he just did his thing. He was cycling. I got Videls. I got 3 Videls, or 2 or 3 Videls off the board, but he was already in his bag, and there was just a point where I was getting rained on. And when I did see the secret rare, he was able to counter it with SR Vegeta, well, SCR Vegito, the 6 drop. And so I wasn't able to keep anything sticky on board, and I ended up getting folded around it. So yeah, that was pretty much that. That was pretty much my run. So we ended up going 4-4, which felt very, very bad. The matchups that I expected to be auto wins were very auto win, like Androids and Janemba were very easy. The first Halo-Ku kind of made me sad, only because I feel like I could have gotten that one if I had just seen a secret rare. Because I had him like pinned, and then like I just proceeded not to see my top end and I got destroyed. So it is what it is. That ended up happening, and you know what? We play through it. So yeah. Now we're going to move on to my Vegito deck list, and I'm going to tell you about how that one went, and then we're going to wrap up the video. Okay, so when it came to the second list, I did want to play a different list. I thought I was going to, because I already felt like Daimaku was about to be like, I squeak into top 32, and then I immediately moved to something else. But man, man, not only did I miss top 32, but today was going to be even worse. So, this is my Vegito deck list. 3 Trunks cantrip, 4 Pan, because she's the better cantrip in this case, because you're filling up the grave, or the drop while doing this. 4 Peel Off, because he's broken. I did opt to play Sun Goku, because I did see that there was a weird presence of green in day 1, and I did want to make sure that I had the option to turn on the gas, awaken quicker, and also put some extra 20k bodies on board. 3 candies because they help you recycle some of the things you mill you want to keep. 3 Videls because of course she's just awesome, but in this deck sometimes your hand is too fat to play these 7 cards in hand thresholds. 4 Vegeta because he recycles so much good in this deck. 2 Sun Goku, he's a 10k, he can be recycled off Vegeta for extra combo power, but he can also be used with CU as well. 2 of the SR Gokus because he's playing out Galactic Donut. What is this? Hold up. Sorry. He's playing Galactic Donut. He's playing Galactic Donut, CU, and Sinister Stickle for free, so that's pretty tight. Or he can mill you. 2 of the Vegitos because obviously if you mill your Vegito, you can play him out of the trash, but also on 8 energy you can have the almighty Goku Black into Vegito play. And if you have a Savior in hand, that's 40k with Goku Black, 40k with this Vegito, 40k with your Vegito leader, and then you pop this Vegito, discard a card, and 40k with the secret rare. So 5 40ks is just like a lot of pressure. Then we have 3 of the Gohans. He's just like, I'm gonna call him Gohan because he's just very, very good in this format. Just able to clear off plenty of crucial threats. Janemba SRs, Boo Han SRs. You got the like all sorts of good cards in red, Videls in the mirror, things like that. Then you have this Vegito, very, very good. 30k, 30k is solid pressure. The bounce 5 is very, very good as well. 3 Zenos, sometimes you do have to wipe the board, and because you're milling, you never know when you might mill, so I think 2 is kind of a little too little, so I played 3. 2 Goku Blacks for the obvious reasons. You can recur cards, play cards, there's some really, really good combos. And then you have 1 Vegito, you mill him, you bring him back, or you just keep him in hand all game, you play him. 4 super combos, 1 Galactic Donut for the stun on like secret rares. Generally, you want to be able to 2 for 1, not 1 for 1 with your Zenos. So if I can't just immediately remove it with a CU play, sometimes I'll Galactic Donut the SCR in versus red just so they can play a second SCR. And then after playing a second SCR, we are going to after playing a second SCR, we're going to activate Galactic Donut. Well, sorry, we're gonna have to activate Zeno. Sorry, almost lost my train of thought for a second. Zeno to bottom deck everything. Of course, you have the CUs, and the CUs are gonna be able to play out the bottom deck things and make things double strikes. 3 Sinister Sickles because it's just one of the best removal cards in the game. 3 Savior of the World. I had 4, but I had to have a cut, and you almost always see this in opening hand for some reason. You gotta charge 1 sometimes. Final Hope Slash because it's nutty stupid. It really just is the GOAT. It really is. And then, yeah. So the ways my rounds went, round 1, I played Boo, and I lost by 10k. We were going ban for ban, and at the end of the day, I put him in a position where he had no choice. He knew he couldn't survive another turn, so he shotgunned me, and I was 10k short. So, yeah, he beat me by 5k, and so that sucked, but it was a close one. Next round, I faced Jiren, and this one haunts me till this very day. So he was at 3 life, and his secret rare would just hit the board. Now this is his 3rd secret rare, mind you, because he secret rared, I Galactic Donutted. He secret rared again, I ended up Zenoing them both. He secret rared a 3rd time, and I was like, okay, I might get my back broken if he decides to just play a double strike and put the remaining 6 cards in his hand. So let me try to get this through here, and I goofed up the play. I ended up swinging with my leader, and I put my leader up to 50, but I also comboed a 0k out of my hand so that I could be at exactly 7 cards, and so that got rid of his negate. And then I played out Goku Black, and Goku Black came out, and I swung with Goku Black, and this is where I messed up. I did not pick up the Vegeta off of Goku Black. I did not pick up Vegeta in my grave, so I swung with Goku Black, and I played the Son Goku from my hand. The Son Goku SR, I activated his ability to take a life and make the next 3 costs extra free. Then I tapped 2, and I tried to find Vegeta in my hand and realized he was not there, so I couldn't bring back the CU, because what was going to happen after that was I was going to get Vegeta to bring back the CU, play the CU for free, bottom deck the SCR, and then I was going to play out Pilaf, and then with my final energy, because I had a lot of, the game went pretty long, I was just going to end up, I think actually it was only 1 Pilaf, but I was going to play 1 Pilaf, and then I was going to Final Hope, and I was going to swing everything into that. Unfortunately, that did not happen because I did not bring back the Vegeta. I messed up on step 4 out of step 8 of that turn, and so yeah, I had to just scoop. I really messed myself up there. That's my bad. I felt so embarrassed. I was so mad at myself because I've been practicing against Jiren, Janemba, Boo, and Halo-ku pretty much all night and the day before Saturday, basically after the Friday regional. I got a couple games in, then I practiced most of Saturday, and then got even a little practice Sunday morning, so I was very upset that I messed up on that one play. Then I faced Boo. It was a player from Italy. I think he was borrowing one of his friend's decks, but yeah, I got that one. We were just playing back and forth. There was one misplay with a 3 cost, but like I said, I think he was borrowing the deck. But that one went out. And then round 4, shout outs, because I faced almost all of this team from Tijuana, so you guys know who you are. If you guys are watching this video, this one is for you. But I faced a I believe a Vegito, and then we went back and forth, but I eventually lost out the I lost out the war on that one. We were playing back and forth, and he actually played the Vegito Floodgate on me 3 times, and I was so focused on yes, I know it's very, very good for Halo-ku and Boo, but I was also I would rather bottom deck their stuff, because I was pretty much thinking either Gohan Adolescence or the Vegito. And I think in hindsight, I need to still fit one of the Vegito floodgates in here. But with that being said, I did not fit it in initially, and it was very, very rough. He put it on me 3 times, and at the end of the game, I had 2 Videls and a Final Hope in hand. I couldn't use any of the Videls, so I just realized there was no shot I could go for game. I was trying to see if I could find Goku Black so I could do the Goku Black into Vegito 4-cost combo, but the Goku Black, I milled one on Awaken, and the other one was at the bottom card of my deck. Like, after we were talking, I flipped over my deck. I was going through it. Yeah, Goku Black was the last card of my deck, so rip. And then I faced Vegito again. And I thought I was going pretty well on this because I saw some sequencing that I wasn't really like, I was kind of like, is that good sequencing? No, but like, it is what it is. I was playing against him, and then like, I did not see saviors, and I did not see like super combos. So every time you swung with 40, I was just dropping multiple cards to stay afloat. And he bottomed out my hand pretty well, and then he finished it with, I believe, a Goku Black. No, I think he stuck his Vegito 6. And all I could do really in return is, if I wanted to play my own, bounce his, but that's just going to result in, it's like a Vegito 5 versus Vegito 5. You have to break the chain somewhere, or you're just going to keep bouncing it back and replaying it. But every time you replay it, you're bouncing theirs back and you're punching them twice. So he really got that off on me, and I couldn't do anything. He wasn't decked out, so there was no chance of me being like, oh, I'm going to survive this and then play mine to bounce yours. No. So I lost that one. And at that point, I was like, brother, I'm 1-4 with Vegito. Like, it was kind of wild. I did not expect to play, like, that much blue. Like, non-Halo-Ku. I did not expect to see the mirror twice. And I do admit I was woefully under-practiced in the mirror. I had only practiced, the only blue I had practiced against was Halo-Ku, and also a little bit of Zamasu. So it was just kind of like, oof, that's my bad. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much where that landed. I was a little disappointed, but at the end of the day, I had to realize, like, yeah, like, it may happen sometimes. There are some formats where you can definitely get that through. There were some very good matches that slid through. Like, I saw some aggro androids that went through that had a really cool list. There were some lists that got there. There's even like a blue Vegeta. But yeah, sometimes, like, when you're playing Rogue, it's not just the amount of knowledge you have in the format, the amount of practice you've had. Sometimes you actually do need the bracket to match up well. Like, there were a lot of androids in the first like 4 or 5 rounds that were at the top tables, and I could have seen them back to back to back and randomly had like a good record for DaimaKu2. But at the end of the day, I was happy that I took the decks that I wanted to there. Didn't do as well as I wanted, and that kind of lit a fire under me because, like I said, I have never, like, not hitting top 32 for both days is a stain. That's like a stain on my record. I was upset. So we're about to come super vicious at Gen Con. I'm already got my ticket. I was like on the fence, and then after this weekend I was like, click, because I need to run it back. I need to run it back ferociously. I was so annoyed that I took Halo-Ku to a UB that I wasn't planning to go to, and I won it 4-0. So yeah, no, we're just gonna have to, there's no more of this. There's no more of this. I can't be traveling out and not playing with the best decks in the format unless there's a specific Metal Call reason. So yeah, no more fan favorites. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you like this sort of content, make sure you like the video. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And as I stated before, if you want to join the $1 Patreon tier, that would help me tremendously, and it's only $1 out of your pocket a month. So with that being said, I do want to get through and just basically give a shout out while I'm doing the graphics, while I'm setting up the graphics. I just want to give a shout out to the people that help keep this channel going, and these are the top tiers: the Realm of Xers, the Big Daddy Flapjacks, the Beer R's, the Brother Bears, the Bryce R's, the Dallas S's, and the Danielle N's of the world. Thank you guys for helping me keep this channel afloat, and thank everybody that happens to be in the Patreon today. We're going to be back to some routine, constant content on there, the more Set 6 drops, and stay tuned on this channel for a Set 6 spoiler talk, because we've gotten a lot. So yeah, see you later.